Most people believe that success comes down to hard work, talent, or maybe even a little bit of luck. But the real truth, success comes down to something far simpler, far more powerful: having a plan. Not just any plan, a plan that actually works. And here's the uncomfortable truth most people ignore. Dreaming without planning is just fantasy. You can't build a future with daydreams and wishful thinking. You build it with intentional, brutal clarity about where you're going and how you're going to get there. The difference between those who talk and those who achieve is the plan they wake up to every morning and refuse to break. So, if your life has felt like it's on pause, if your goals keep slipping further into someday, then this is your wake-up call. Most people set vague goals and wonder why nothing changes. I want to be rich. I want to be fit. I want to start a business. These are not plans. These are wishes. And wishes don't survive contact with the real world. A real plan is sharp. It's not just a direction. It's a map. It's not just a target. It's the exact steps to hit the bullseye. And when life hits you with storms, and distractions try to pull you off course, a strong plan doesn't crumble, it adjusts, it adapts, it bends, but it never breaks. The first ingredient of a powerful plan is brutal honesty. Not just about where you want to go, but about where you really are. Most people lie to themselves. They tell themselves they're trying when they're just dabbling. They say they're committed when they're really hoping. Look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. What's the actual gap between your current life and your dream life? Not the sugar-coated version. The raw, real one. That's the starting line. Until you see the truth of where you stand, you'll keep wandering in circles. Once you know the truth, clarity becomes your next weapon. You must define your goal so clearly it burns in your mind like a fire you can't put out. Vague goals create vague results. Clear goals create direction. Instead of "I want to lose weight," say "I will lose 20 pounds in 90 days. Instead of "I want to start a business," say "I will launch a Shopify store and make my first $1,000 by the end of the month." Details matter. Why? Because your brain needs a finish line to sprint toward. If you leave it open-ended, motivation fades and action dies. But clarity isn't enough. The next step is building a system that makes your success inevitable. This is where most people fail. They build plans based on motivation, but motivation is like the weather, it changes. A good plan doesn't rely on feelings, it relies on habits. What can you do every single day? No matter how tired, stressed, or distracted you are. That's your system. Tiny, consistent actions beat grand, inconsistent efforts every time. The person who writes 1 paragraph a day finishes a book. The person who works out 20 minutes every day builds the body others only wish for. A system is what turns potential into power. Now comes the discipline to follow through. This is where most plans collapse, because it's easy to make a plan. It's hard to keep showing up for it. Discipline is doing the work when no one is watching. It's sticking to the schedule when you'd rather quit. It's saying no to distractions, no to comfort, no to the excuses you've rehearsed 1,000 times. Here's the truth. Every excuse you make today becomes a regret tomorrow. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And if you want to live a life others admire, you have to do the things others won't. But a real plan also expects failure, not in a pessimistic way, but in a prepared way. Because no matter how good your strategy is, life will throw punches. You'll get rejected. You'll miss deadlines. You'll feel lost. And in those moments, the weak abandon their plan. The strong adapt it. The people who win in life aren't those who never fall, they're the ones who fall 100 times and get back up 101. They don't panic. They review, revise, and relaunch. A good plan isn't rigid. It's resilient. Build in the space to fail forward, to learn, to evolve. And perhaps the most underrated piece of any plan is your why. Not the surface level reason, but the core of what's driving you. If your goal is to get rich just to flex on Instagram, your plan will die the first time it gets hard. But if your goal is to change your family's future, to prove to yourself that you're capable, to break free from a life that's felt too small for too long. Then you have fire, real fire. And fire is what gets you up early, keeps you up late, and pulls you through the hard days. Your why is your anchor. If your why is weak, your plan is doomed. Let's not forget, a plan is worthless if it only lives in your mind. You must write it down, not type it. Write it. Make it physical. Make it real. Put it where you can see it every single day. When your mind forgets, your plan reminds you. When life gets noisy, your plan stays clear. Writing it down is a contract with yourself. It says, I'm not playing anymore, I'm building. And if you want to supercharge that plan, share it. Not with everyone, but with someone who holds you to a higher standard. Someone who won't let you make excuses. Someone who believes in you but challenges you. Accountability is a cheat code. It forces you to level up when your inner voice wants to take it easy. Find someone who will ask, did you do what you said you would? And refuse to accept anything less than your best. Finally, here's the ultimate truth about making a plan that works. It's not about being perfect. It's about being committed. Committed to showing up when it's boring. Committed to trying again when it fails. Committed to finishing what you start. Most people quit because they expected it to be easy. But anything that transforms your life will demand more than you expect and give more than you ever imagined. And when you follow through, when you turn your plan into reality, you won't just change your life. You'll prove to yourself that you are exactly who you always hoped you were. So today, stop waiting. Stop wishing. Stop saying someday. Build the plan. Make it specific. Make it daily. Make it non-negotiable. You don't need luck. You don't need talent. You just need the courage to decide, and the discipline to follow through. Your future is not waiting to be discovered. It's waiting to be built, and it begins the moment you stop dreaming and start planning. Right now.